We have one last question before we finish, which is, what is the one most important economic advice you would give to Jeremy Corbyn to improve people's trust in his policies?
Small question. The advice would be to reframe the debate, to not accept George Osborne's framing of the economic debate. So if you see what has happened since the crisis, is that the Conservative Party have gone to very great pains to switch the debate away from the City of London towards the public sector. And what have we done? We've played the game. Oh, let's defend the public sector. Oh, the public sector is really important. Oh, the NHS. Yes, that's the most important thing. We've made so much noise about that. And those guys in the City of London can't believe their luck. They can't believe their luck. The Tories won the election. They dropped the fierce head of the Prudential Conduct Authority, the regulatory body that was being too tough on the banks and that had closed down Wonga. He got sacked, and they started to ease up on the regulation. And now they're going about, HSBC said, I'm going to leave town unless you do this. And HSBC said, wow, it's so comfortable in town. Nobody's bothering me. Nobody comes and demonstrates outside my door. They go and demonstrate outside Hackney Council. Good. This is what now for me, what Corbyn and the Labour movement should do is shift the focus back again and say the problem is not the public sector. And we must not go along with that either. The problem is in our financial system and the fact that our City of London so dominates the rest of our economy and threatens all of our security. That's what's really important. One of the things that Osborne is the most political chancellor we've ever had. He's more political, he knows very little, in my view, about economics. He talked about the government's budget as being like your credit card in one of his early speeches, which is just an indication of, A, how interested he is in sort of propaganda or talking about these things in those terms, but also I think it genuinely means that he really did not understand. He does not really understand economic forces, but he understands politics. He understands that if he delegates the cuts to Hackney Council takes the flak and delivers for him. And he doesn't get the direct flak. And I'm very keen for us to put pressure on Hackney Council, but I'm very keen for us also to remember where the real decision is made about that financing. I want to make one final point, and that's this, that Corbyn is very popular inside the Labour Party. He's very popular amongst a certain group, people that we belong to. But in the opinion polls amongst the wider public, he has less support, quite a lot less support. And so I think we have a duty not to expect just our politicians to mobilize support for a political program, but for ourselves to be able to go out and talk to our neighbors and to talk to the people that we know and to get politically involved in order to spread the word. Because it really isn't up to just one or two politicians at the top of the system to do this. We have a responsibility to recognize that most of our neighbors don't agree with us, that the huge swathes of British society are hostile to what Corbynomics is about. And we can't, lock ourselves into a bubble and talk to each other and feel good about it and feel comfortable about it and not talk to those that are hostile. Because it's easy for me to talk. I know that this is a sympathetic audience. It's much harder for me to go out into the big bad world and deal, for example, with the City of London. So I think we need to overcome those obstacles ourselves and to see ourselves as having that responsibility. But that's also why this is such an exciting initiative, because the vibes are going to spread around Hackney, and who knows, they'll spread a lot further.